All right, audio should be better. I was told there was some buzzing on the on the audio. The video was good, so I think audio should be better. I was checking all the connections under challenging circumstances always. There's a grounder over to third base. Largo picks it up and fires over to Day Chief, and Leslie Corral, the leadoff batter for Lovington, is out 5-3 in position 5-3 in the books for out number 1. Now number 2, Delilah Ruiz, the catcher, up to the plate trying to get things started, and Leslie Corral giving her a little bit of info, probably about the pitcher and the pitches. So that's always good to hear from batters who have gone up and faced before you have your first plate appearance. And I believe that's going to be, was it a call strike on Ruiz? All right, let's go back to my score book. I'm having to do everything on this phone. All right. And there's a foul down. All right. So bottom of the first. Here we are. 1 out. 2 strikes on Delilah Reese. Trying to get something started for Lovington. They need base runners and runs. Ooh, there's a hard hit straight up the middle. Nicely done. A lot of spice in the bat on that one. Ruiz with a nice single, a hot one right up the middle. Went right by Nez in the circle, out to center field. They fielded that well and threw it in and kept Ruiz to a single, but well hit ball. 1 out, 1 on. And that brings up Zimri Ellis to the plate. Zimri is leading. I know, I'm trying to do it. Okay, everything looks fine. Cords should be fine. Cord it's in there. All right. Report of buzzing on the audio, but everything on my end seems okay. I don't know why that is. If anybody is listening, and of course the stream may be behind, it may be on, and everything may have just not caught up. But everything in my power to do is being done. I don't have a spare audio cord, and there's only one place to plug in the audio on the board, and it's in and firm, and everything should be good on it, but I don't know where the interference is coming from, if there is interference, or there is nothing loose, and everything's connected in the right place, and I've got 3 green lights, and everything is fine, so I don't know what to tell you guys. Ay, yay, of course. Everything was fine for the Hobbs game yesterday. Same equipment, just a different place. Everything is set up and fine, just fine. So, all right, and the board looks fine. Everything is good. All right, I'm going to turn the board off and on. Just see. Okay, that should be. Okay, good. Thank you. I think the stream was a little behind. I think I got it fixed. Thank you. All right, we're back. Audio is good. Oh, challenging circumstances here. I have to say that people here at St. Pius have been very, very nice. But just where we're set up, how we're having to do this often happens. Just challenges that you have to try to overcome. And It's just part of doing these games and showing up and never knowing what you're going to find. First time that you're at some place, you don't know, and I don't have a choice. This is where we're set up to be able to do the game. I would like to be up behind the plate, and I'm going to ask if I can possibly move up there for the second game. Lovington must win this game. This is where I was designated to be, and unfortunately the NMAA people and everybody covering this, and Ochoa works the walk. 2 outs, and now runners at the corners as the courtesy runner is Delilah Reese running for herself. Let me see. I think she is. So Reese, runners at the corners for Lovington. 2 outs as Zimri Ellis struck out. Corral grounded out. Ellis struck out for the 2 outs. And now it is Blackwell, Zoe Blackwell, who's designated player. So she's batting only in this game. She was instrumental in the last win of the regular season for Lovington. She hit a grand slam home run over the fence, and Lovington was behind and in the bottom of the 7th when she came up to the plate, and with 2 outs, and Lovington was behind 1 run. And they ended up winning that game 15-12 over Goddard. And Zoe Blackwell was the hero. High fly ball is going to be a hit. It's going to hit right in front of the fence between center and first. It will score 1. It looks like it will score 2. Yes, sliding home safely. Absolutely. And Lovington is up 2-0. So that is for Blackwell. That is a 2 RBI double. And Lovington 2-0 off of a single and a walk. So 2 outs, a runner on second, and 2-0. Your home team, Lovington 2-0. They'd like to keep this going. Braylon Hernandez, the pitcher, up to the plate with a runner on second. That is going to be a call, strike. So 2 outs, an 0-1 count. After Hernandez, if she can find her way on, Zoe Ellis is on deck, and Bailey Garcia in the hole. And that is going to hit the at the knees, hit the outside corner, it looked like. So 0-2. 2 out to runner on second, 2 in, but Lovington would like to get as many runs around as they can here. And, a little hit back right to the pitcher, a soft liner right back to Nez. So a little fly, a line out, a soft line out to position 1 for out number 3. Lovington puts 2 runs across. They do that on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. 2-0 your score. Lovington in the lead. We go to the top of the 2nd inning, and Miyamura will be up to bat. We'll be back with more Lovington Lady Wildcats State Softball action on Lovington Sports YouTube, Lee County News and Sports YouTube, and HobbsAmerica.com.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services, 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcats State Softball action. It's 5, 6, and 7 due up in the lineup for Miamura. Now, I've always called him Miyamura. I heard the loud announcer from NMAA call them Miyamura, so I'm not sure. I need to ask someone from that school, and I will do that as soon as I can. I like to have the proper pronunciation where I can. Either Miyamura or Miyamura. And that's a ball. It's 5, 6, and 7 due up. Iris Daychief is your batter. She plays first base. Leah Long, the center fielder, on deck, and number 9, Peyton Haskett, the left fielder, in the hole. Lovington got him out 4 up, 3 down last time. So 2 strikes now. I believe the count is 1-2. Hernandez, that is Braylon in the circle for Lovington. So 2-2 now. Lovington again must win this game. If they do, they'll turn around and play presumably the host team, St. Pius. Swing and a miss as Day Chief goes down swinging, and that's the first out and the first strikeout for Braylon Hernandez in this game. That brings up number 15, Leah Long, center fielder, to the plate. First plate appearance. So top of the second. Catching up the score bug. Top of the second, 1 out, nobody on. And that's going to be a ball. Long leaned on it, but did not break the plane. Behind the plate ump checked with the ump down the first base line. This is a 3-ump crew. Swing and a little grounder headed to third. It's picked up and airmailed. So Zoe Ellis made a nice stop, but the throw was too high, and Ochoa even trying to reach and hold. So it's going to be a throwing error that puts Long on first base. 1 out, 1 on, as Long hit the first pitch he saw, I believe. And now Peyton Haskey, the left fielder, up to the plate. First pitch is a call strike. Yeah, it looked like a nice fastball. It may have caught the outside corner again. I'm going to ask if it's possible to move this table. I don't think it is. And a grounder back to and a double play turn. Very nicely done. A ground ball hit right back to the circle. Braylon Hernandez stopped for just half an instant and thought about throwing to first, and then remembered she had a runner going to second, turned around, threw, had great coverage, and then the throw over to first was also great, fantastic. So, yeah, exactly what you want. Lovington turning a double play to end the threat with a runner on by Miyamura. So very nicely done. Double play, 3 up, 3 down. And no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Lovington ahead 2-0. They're coming to the plate, and we'll have more Lady Wildcat State softball action coming up.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back to state softball action here. Bottom of the second inning after 3 outs in the top of the second. 3 up, 3 down. A double play nicely turned by Lovington. So solid fielding is definitely what you're going to need, but they're going to need to continue their offensive attack. They put 2 across in their first at bat, and they'd like to continue that here. It is the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9 due up. Ellis, Garcia, Hernandez for Lovington here. So no outs, nobody on. And the pitch is going to be a call strike, look like at the letters. May have hit the outside corner. Again, there's no electronic scoreboard here. There is a loudspeaker because I believe it's someone from the NMAA doing the loudspeaker announcements because of state softball action. All right, Zoe Ellis, first plate appearance here against Nez in the circle. And that's going to miss high and away. And let's see if the ump gives me a count by fingers. 2-2. That's right, 2-2. All right, no outs, nobody on, and a foul as she hangs tough at the plate. Got to protect it. Zoe Ellis with a 2-2 count, trying to get something started here. And Ellis, by the way, Zoe Ellis, younger sister of Zimmery. Ooh, swing and a miss, as it was a riser and Ellis got just underneath it, a fastball riser. So out number 1. That is actually strikeout number 2 for Nez. So 1 out, nobody on. And this is Bailey Garcia, the left fielder, to the plate, number 21. She's got a lot of pop in that bat. When she connects with it, she can sail it or zing it on the ground. Just going to take a look at that one that goes outside. Fastball, but was outside, did not hit the corner. And Garcia was looking. And I think two balls. And another ball. So good eye. Bailey Garcia at the plate trying to get on. She is an excellent left fielder. I think she could play anywhere in the outfield. Left field seems to be her spot. I also think she would be a good third baseman, but that's just me. I don't know that she's ever. Well, she works the walk, gets on. I watched her develop into a much more athletic player, able to cover ground in left field, and she just does not seem to be afraid of the ball, and she's got a good arm. That's what you want. And now she's on base, so Lovington in business with a 1 out. 1 out, 1 on. That says Nini Hernandez, the right fielder, to the plate. Her first plate appearance, 1 out, 1 on. Then we go back to the top of the order with Corral and Reese on deck and in the hole respectively, and that's going to miss. And a quick timeout taken. I think, yep, something's going on. I think one of the umpires is saying something. I think he's or no, I guess that's Coach. That is Coach Vinson going out. Coach Vinson going out just to talk to Nez for a moment. Trying to get her back on track. Meantime, Nini Hernandez at the plate. Hernandez playing right field for Lovington. And that misses ball. All right, 3-0 count. And she finds the zone when she has to there. Take sign probably on. 3-1 count now. 1 out, 1 on. Bailey Garcia working the walk on first base. Oh, swing and a miss. Forced strike 2. Now the count's full. With top of the order, Leslie Corral on deck, Delilah Reese in the hole. Lovington ahead 2-0 in this one. Oh, and just a little half swing there. Did not connect, so she goes down. 2 outs, 3 strikeouts for Nez in the circle, and brings up the top of the order. Leslie Corral, she grounded out to third base the first time up. And a high fly ball headed out to right field. It could be challenging, but no. Lane runs full out, and I didn't think she was going to get there, but she did and made a good catch and robbed Leslie Corral of a chance to get on base and extend Lovington's at bat. Instead, a fly out to possession 9 for out number 3. Lovington threatens. They put a runner on with a walk, but don't move her around. 4 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. So we go to the bottom of the second inning, and Lovington coming up, or top of the third inning, rather, and it'll be Miyamura coming up to the plate. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcat State softball action on the way.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcat State softball action here at St. Pius High School in Albuquerque. Lovington must win this game to move on. Whoever wins this game moves on and plays another game right after this against presumably the host school, St. Pius. But right now, Lovington wants to try to keep Miyamura from scoring. It is the bottom of the order. 8, 9, and then 1 due up. First pitch is in. Got to be a ball. That is Alex Biguet, designated player. Batting only for Miyamura in this. Nevaeh Charlie, the catcher, on deck. Ooh, swing and miss way in front of that one. Anxious to hit. Maybe caught just a piece of it with her bat. Top of the third inning, no outs. I believe it's a 1-1 count. Sorry, the way the camera is, that's the wide angle lens, as wide as I can get it out to show you as much of the field as I can. All right, 2 balls, 1 strike. There was and I'm glad the ump clarified that. Ooh, a swing right up the middle, a hot grounder that's going to find its way on. Zimri Ellis picks that one up, throws it into second base to hold Biguet on with a single. But it is a leadoff single with Biguet getting something going base-wise, base runner-wise for Miyamura. Number 8, Nevaeh Charlie, the catcher, up. This is her first plate appearance now. No outs, a runner on first. And then we go back up to the top of the order with Haskell, Cano, Largo. Shows bunt, pulls the bat back. I believe that ended up being a ball. The intent was just to throw a screen down in front of the catcher. They were going to try to move that runner to second base. Didn't happen. I think she pulled that bat back just in time. Swing and a high fly ball headed for out of play. Almost, yep, I think it was out of play. Good hustle, though. Ochoa, Nini Hernandez, all going for the ball over there. So it just becomes a strike. So no outs. Shows bunt and catches a piece of the ball. It's a foul, so it'll be a strike. So I believe it's 1-2 now. So yes, she was intending to try to bunt, even a sack bunt, either get on base or move the runner around. So let's see. 2 strikes on her. Won't be bunting again, I don't think. Hitting away. 2 strikes, and if you bunt it foul, you're out. And that misses high. It gets out of the glove of Reese. It's a wild pitch, though. It was way high. I don't think. I mean, Reese got a glove on it, but I'm going to say that was not a stolen base. She moved over on the wild pitch. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs. A runner on second in scoring position now. Charlie, the catcher, at the plate. Miyamura trailing by 2. Ooh, wow. Some heat on that. Braylon Hernandez with a hard fastball, but rose a little too much, a little high and outside. So now the count is full. And a hit. It's a fly ball. Ellis coming in on it. Man, she can't hold it. She fell just trying to get to it. And everybody is safe. Lovington wants out. They think that that the runner was off the base and got tagged. And Coach McCraw and Coach Martin, I think they're going out to lodge an appeal. and then also to see if Zimmery Ellis is okay out there. Zimmery came in at a full run, just trying to get that shallow pop that fell behind second base, and man, she was flat out throwing her glove out with her body and took a hard shot on the ground, but she's up and okay. So I'm calling that a single because I don't think that was a catchable ball. I think she did well just to get to it and get a glove on it. So lead off singles, and on the throw-in, they move around. So I'm calling that a single. Ooh, a little hit back. Oh, no. A throw over to third goes wide, and then the throw home is not in time, and it also is bad. So there was time to get the runner at third, the throw over to third. And it was a bad throw. It was wide. And the coach McCraw is going to say that the runner was off the base and missed the base, and he had his third baseman, Zoe Ellis, get the ball and tag it. But they're showing that everybody is safe, and one run did score in all that. So one run across, a runner on third. And back up to the top of the order, Haskett to bat. And a grounder out to right field is going to score a run. And not in time, but it was played about as well as you could play it. Nini Hernandez got that grounder and threw it to first. So it is an RBI single. There was no error. It just wasn't in time. An RBI single puts Haskett on first and scored Charlie from third. And now we are tied 2 apiece in this top of the third inning with no outs. So Lovington's really got to settle down, focus, and that's what this timeout is about. It's not a coach's timeout. It's an infield timeout. Girls getting together and just settling themselves down, saying, okay, we've let 2 runs in. Now we're back to, it's a 2-all tie, new ball game. Let's not let it get any worse. Let's shut things down, refocus, and just forget what's done and start fresh right here. Vanessa Largo up to the plate. And there's a grounder over to third. Zoe Ellis flubs it. She knocked it down, but then lost the handle on it and then makes a good throw over, just not in time. So Largo is on base. And that moves Kano over. And timeout being taken. McCraw, let's see if he's going to make a pitching change or not. And on all that melee, I did lose track of one of the batters. So actually, I think all right, yeah. Lost track of one of the batters, but in terms of writing it down, the action happened too fast for me to keep up with it in the scorebook, but we are still at 2-2, and runners on first and second. And that brings up number 21, Felicity Nez, the pitcher. And a shallow infield single is picked up on the run by Corral. A little shallow infield pop as Corral comes in, picks it up with her glove on the run, makes a great toss over to Ochoa to get the batter out. And that's what you got to do, is just work the outs when this happens. So 6-3 in the books for the out. So 2-2 the score. Ooh, nice heat from Braylon Hernandez. There was no pitching change. Coach just giving him a pep talk saying, hey, you've got this. You can do it. So calls, swing and miss. Nice strike, a runner out on second. That misses high and outside. I think in this instance, you need the outs. You just throw strikes. You don't necessarily worry about all of the, varying all the speeds and wondering what pitch to pitch. You try to put it over the plate, and maybe you just keep going with your fastball just to try to get outs and out of the inning. So we are Iris Daychief is at the plate. And a foul. Ouch. I think it hit. Yeah, I hit somebody over there. This is one of those open dugout situations. There's no chicken wire. It's kind of like big leagues. See a lot of college softball fields like that, and certainly baseball. There's just a half fence, you might say, in front of the dugout. It's just waist high. So you got to be heads up when you're in there because you're exposed, and foul balls can be trouble for you. Oh, and that gets away high, but that's okay. It's quite a ways to the backstop on this field, but that's fine because Braylon Hernandez was heads up, and as Ruiz was trying to chase the ball, she came in and covered home plate. So good job at Hernandez covering that. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Iris Daychief. This is her second time at the plate. She struck out her first time. Swing and a miss, and got her the second time, too. So she goes down swinging. That's a big third out. Wow. Yes, a big third out. Because Lovington allows 2 runs, but no more, so we're tied. 2 runs, and they do that on 1, 2, 3 hits. There were too many errors. 3 errors and 2 left on base. So 2-2. We're all tied. We go to the bottom of the third. Lovington coming up to the plate, and we'll be back with more Lady Wildcats softball action, state softball action from St. Pius in Albuquerque.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And welcome back. Hobbs, the Lovington Lady Wildcats softball, I was going to say, Hobbs softball was yesterday afternoon, and that was in Los Lunas. I was out there. Beautiful facility, a lovely afternoon. The only problem was Hobbs lost that game, and so their season ended with that loss. It was a well-played game for the most part, and it was a 7-4 loss to a much higher seed, to the number 5 team. And a high fly ball headed out to center field, and Long catches that as number 2, Delilah Ruiz, gave it a ride, and a nice long, well-hit fly ball. Problem was Long caught it, but she gave it a try and gave it a ride. A fly out to position 8 for out number 1. That brings up number 6, Zimri Ellis, your center fielder, to the plate. She struck out her last time up, and that's going to miss high and up for ball 1. So 1 out, nobody on. Ellis to the plate. Ochoa on deck. Blackwell in the hole. A swing and fouled it off for strike 1. Ellis, by the way, is leading in batting average. She's got .429 average, .546 on base percentage. She's hit 6 home runs, 7 stolen bases, and there's a foul ball out of play as well. So 1-2 count. She's crossed the plate 32 times. She has had 33 hits on the season, and she has 28 RBIs. And a grounder headed to shortstop. Shelby Haskey picks it up, fires over to Day Chief. 6-3 in the books for out number 2, that is. So 2 outs, nobody on. 2-out rally time, as I hear one of the fans also saying, one of the parents. So Ochoa up to the plate, 23. Johanna Ochoa, first baseman. She walked and scored her first time up, her second plate appearance. And that misses low and inside for ball 1. So 1-0 the count, 2 outs, nobody on. Ochoa trying to change that. We're tied 2-all. Lovington needs runners, and they need to move them around. And that is going to be a call strike as Nez hitting the outside corner at the knees. So 1-1 count. Ochoa finds her way on. Blackwell's on deck, and Braylon Hernandez in the hole. And that's going to be a ball, although Charlie framed it for the ump and left it for a minute to see if he would change his mind. He didn't. 2-1 the count. 2 outs, nobody on. Swing and a foul off. Ochoa hanging tough, trying to find one that she can straighten out, get on base with. By the way, let's see. Ochoa has a 429 batting average and a 515 on base percentage. She's one of the better bats for Lovington. And she's staying tough with 2 strikes on her. Got to protect the plate. Swung just a little late on it. Getting a lot of encouragement from the fans and the parents here. Lovington needs to break this tie if they can with this at bat. And that's going to be low and outside. So that runs the count full on Ochoa now. All right, full count, full count. And misses high and away, and Ochoa works the walk and takes her base. So Lovington's in business with a base runner, 2 outs, and now Zoe Blackwell, the designated player. She had a 2 RBI double and got stranded her last time up. It was her first plate appearance. This is her second. She spent much of the season injured. Oh, and a nice high ball. Is it going to be a hit? Is it going to be caught? Yes, it hits the fence between center and right field. And the throw in, it's going to score 1. The throw to the plate not in time, and then the throw down to third is airmailed, but backed up. The left fielder is there. Haskey was there. The throw to third went wide, and the slide in by Blackwell. She spent the season hurt, but, man, she came in that last game of the regular season, and her bat has been very helpful to Lovington. So 2-out rally time. It wasn't just talk. It happened. And now Lovington is 1 run ahead, so 3-2, still 2 outs. So an RBI, what ended up being it was an RBI double. She moved to third on the throw. But she ends up on third base, sliding in safely on the throw. So Ochoa scored after working the walk. Still 2 outs. And that's going to miss. That's going to miss outside. Runner at third for Lovington. They'd like to keep the line moving while they can and not waste the base runner. This is number 12, Braylon Hernandez, her pitcher. And there is a pop. First baseman calling for it, and yep, she's got it. Day Chief makes the catch. A pop out to position 3 for the 3rd out, but Lovington's able to put a run across. They score 1 run on 1 hit. There was an error on a throw, but it didn't result in a base or a lack of or an extra base, but there was an error committed, a throwing error committed. It didn't end up doing any harm, but it is an error. And 1 left on base. So 1 hit, 1 run, 1 error, 1 left on base, and Lovington goes to the top of the 4th inning. 1 run ahead. They'll hit the field, though, and it will be Miyamura coming up to the bat. It's 5, 6, 7, and 8 due up. We'll go ahead and hear one of our messages from our sponsor. Come on. Hey, what's going on?
Did you know LECO offers fiber internet to your home and business? LECO is the only local fiber internet company. This means a personal touch for local customers. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954. LECO, the only local fiber internet company. Call 370-5010. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. Call 370-5010. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954.
All right, welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcat State Softball action here. And that's a line drive shot that is knocked down. It is actually 6, 7, 8. I think I said 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. So Long hit the first pitch she saw, and Long knocked it. Rivero knocked it down, but then booted it, didn't have a play. So got a right E4 on that, and Long is on first base. No outs, and that brings up Haskey to the plate. Shows bunt. The runner goes on the I don't know if the screen is certainly designed, putting the bunt screen down to screen out the catcher, but it was a low ball. It was on the ground. And it's I'm going to call it a pass ball. So runner takes second on the pass ball. And Haskey, and I do agree that the batter, there's been an observation by some of the fans, the batter is leaving that bat down a long time. If she leaves it down when the ball passes, that's supposed to be a strike. We'll see. Runner has moved all the way to third. And there's a pop. It's going to fall right between the second base and the right fielder. And the throw in by Nini Hernandez, not in time to get the runner. So it is an RBI single. What can you do? It was too far back for second base for Rivero to get, too far forward for Nini Hernandez to get. It was just a little Texas leaguer, a little kind of a bloop pop that fell right in the right spot for Miyamura, right in the wrong spot for Lovington. So it is an RBI single for Haskey. And that brings up Big Gay to the plate. And we're tied back up, 3-all. First pitch, hit, foul down the third base line for a strike. So an error and 2 pass balls, or a pass ball and a wild pitch, put Long in position to be batted in by that RBI single by Haskey. Haskey is on first, and we have no outs. And there is a pop foul. Nice job. Reese didn't even throw her mask off. She came and got that. A pop foul catch by the catcher. So a pop out, foul out to the catcher, position 2 for out number 1. And the runner is still on first. So 1 out. And that brings up number 8, Nevaeh Charlie, the catcher, to the plate. And that's going to be a ball. 1-0 count. 1 out, 1 on. After Charlie, we go back up to the top of the order. That's going to miss high. 4-2. So 2-0 count, 1 out to runner on first. And let's see. Who is this? This is Charlie. A swing and a foul for a strike. A little change-up, too, by Hernandez. A little change-up, floating up, and Charlie couldn't resist trying to swat at that. So 2-1 the count. Runner, of course, had to go back to first because of the foul. Now there's a call strike as Charlie laid the bat kind of half-heartedly down. I think she was probably responding to orders to try to screen so that they could move that runner. She paid the price, though, with a strike. 2-2 count. Now hitting away. And that's going to be a call, strike. She knew it, too. Charlie like, oh, let that one go. Nice time for a strikeout for out number 2. As Charlie goes down looking, that is strikeout number 2 as well for Braylon Hernandez. So now 2 outs, a runner on first. Top of the order, it is Shelby Haskey. And that's a call, strike, another nice pitch by Hernandez. Because I'm over here to the side, I can't really tell if it was down the middle or caught a corner. 2 outs, no one count, and that misses high and away. And Shelby Haskey not biting on that one. Let it go, 1-1 count. If she finds her way on, Cano's on deck, Largo in the circle, but Lovington wants to get this batter and get out without giving up any more runs. All right, so a swing and a foul out of play for a strike. So things are, I believe it's 2-2. Yep, 2-2. And Haskey, I don't have. Yeah, Haskey has stolen bases. She got 12 stolen bases for Miyamura this season. Leads them in stolen bases. All right. That was a little bloop pop to the third baseman. Zoe Ellis moves over and catches that. And so, yes, Miyamura puts one across, but Lovington handles the threat. A little pop out to position 5 for out number 3. 1 run on 1 hit. 1 error. And 1 left on base. So it is 3 all tie. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Lovington coming up to the plate, and we'll be back with more Lovington Lady Wildcat State softball action.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jow, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcat State softball action. It is Zoe Ellis at the plate. It is 7-8-9. And there's a high fly ball headed out to right field. Unfortunately, right to lane. She moved to her left a couple 3 steps and made the grab. So Zoe Ellis with a nicely hit ball. But fly out to position number 9 for out number 1. Got good contact on it. All right, so number 21, Bailey Garcia to the plate. She walked and got stranded her last time up. This is her second plate appearance, and first pitch in is going to be a ball. Bailey. There's a grounder headed to shortstop and almost beat it out by a step. So 6-3 in the books. A fly out, a ground out for 2 outs now. Well hit ball. It was a hot grounder, but Shelby Haskey fielded that, threw it over to Day Chief for the out. That brings up Nini Hernandez batting in the 9th slot for Lovington. And the first pitch is going to be in. It's a ball. So 2 outs. And that's going to miss outside as well. So 2-0 count, 2 outs. Lovington was able to get a 2-out rally going in their very first at-bat and scored 2 runs. They also had 2 outs in the bottom of the third when they scored 1 run. So, swing and a miss. So 2-1 the count. And that's going to be outside for ball 3. So Hernandez ahead in this count, 3-1. 2 outs, nobody on. Good time for that. One of the patented 2-out rallies that Lovington has done in this game and has done all season. And, a call strike. Wow, that looked pretty low from the side. Not behind the plate, but wow. Must have thought that was at the knees. So full count now. And all right. It's no. What? He's saying that it was a foul ball. If it hits the plate first, it's a ball. If it hits the place, if it hit before she hit it, but the the ump says it hit her bat before it hit the ground, so it's a foul ball and count remains. And now a swing and a miss for strikeout number 4. Hernandez goes down swinging though for the 3rd out. Lovington 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. All right, so we go to the top of the 5th inning, and we're tied 3-all. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcats state softball action here from St. Pius High School in Albuquerque.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
All right, there are some fielding changes. I'm going to try to see what's going on here. As number 19, that is number 19 comes out. Number 10 is going in at second base for Lovington. So let's see. Number 10, that is Zoe Blackwell. Okay, so Zoe Blackwell is going in to play second base for Aubrey Rivero. I believe that's the only change. All right. So it's going to be top of the order. No, Celeste Cano. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 due up for Miyamura. Celeste Cano, followed by Largo and Nez in the hole. So top of the 5th inning, all tied. And a ball. First pitch comes in as a ball. And that's going to be another ball. Let's see if I have any. Cano has 6 home runs on the year and a .414 batting average for Miyamura. Celeste Cano, the batter now. And that's going to miss 3 balls, 3-0. So Cano has had 6 out-of-the-park home runs. Got to be a little careful with her. 3-0 count. Got to find the zone right here, though. And a foul down first baseline. Obviously, take sign not on. So first batter up, followed by Vanessa Largo on deck and Felicity Nez, the pitcher, in the hole. And a swing and a foul back to the screen as well. So that runs the count full on Kano. Second baseman for Miyamura. Of course, Lovington must win this game to move on. If they do, they're assured of moving on next week back up here to Albuquerque, because starting with the next game after this one, it becomes a double elimination tournament. And the person who loses this next game still will make it into state tournament play next week and will play, I believe, on Thursday. Lovington wants to be that team. Oh, Lovington faithful not liking that call, but from this angle, I can't tell if it hit the corner or not. So it looked good from here, but it was a call ball for a walk. So no outs, a runner on first. And now number 22, Vanessa Largo, to the plate. So no outs, a runner on first. And a beautiful pitch. Nice, hit the outside. Nice fastball. Hit the outside corner, right under the letters. So 0-1 count on Largo. Nez on deck and Day Chief in the hole. Oh no, there's a high foul out of play. Good hustle, but as soon as everybody realized it was out of play, it just becomes strike two. So Braylon Hernandez still in the circle for Lovington, way ahead on this batter. 0-2 count. She's got some balls to give. Largo reached on an error, got stranded her last time up. And that is going to be a foul catch. Yeah, as Reese doesn't even some catchers throw that mask off right away, the helmet and the mask. Reese, she does not. So a foul pop to position 2 in the books, has 1 out for Lovington. Runner stays put at first. And now it is number 21, Felicity Nez, the pitcher. She grounded out to the shortstop her last time up, grounded out to the pitcher her first time. Oh, and that gets by. It's a ground ball with eyes as it makes its way past Hernandez in the circle and then past Blackwell and Corral. Goes straight up center. Nobody gets a glove on it. It's not an error. It's just a single for Nez. She hit the first pitch she saw. She is the cleanup batter, and she will get a courtesy runner. I don't know. That is going to be Bailey Yazzie. So Yazzie will run. Yazzie will run in place of Nez. And that moves Kano over to second. So 1 out, 2 on. And now number 16, Iris Daychief, the first baseman, up to the plate. She hits a little grounder over. Ochoa is going to take it. And, oh, wow. She threw. Pardon me? Just one. Oh, no outs in this at bat. No outs. Oh, yeah, for her. But, yeah, just the 1 out. Just the 1 out. The foul pop, 1 out. Sorry about that. Yes. 1 out. Runners at first and second. So a mental error has loaded the bases with 1 out. The throwing over to third did not get her. And then I'm sorry, I had a question by fan. So the foul pop by the catcher has the only out so far, and there is a hot grounder up the center. It's going to score 1. Zimri Ellis with her big arm makes a throw and keeps the damage to just 1 run. Nice catch by Reese too back here, but Zimri Ellis with a strong throw in, but it does score 1. So Kano scores from third on the RBI. And that moves everybody around. And, of course, Haskey in at the bat with a call strike. Number 9. And swing and a miss. So Peyton Haskey, the left fielder, at the bat with bases loaded. 2 outs now, though.
Hey, you're good. Deep breath, deep breath.
Now just
Deep breath, babe. Right here with the purpose.
and a ground ball. And the throw to home does get the lead runner, so a good play by Zoe Blackwell at second, as it was a ground ball hit to her, and she threw home, so that gets the lead runner, throws the courtesy runner, that's Yazzie Fernez, out at home plate. Position 4-2 in the books, 4-2 for out number 2. As I said, they were trying to work that second out with that last batter, and they did. Haskey reaches on the fielder's choice. And base is still loaded, but 2 outs. Alex Begay up to the plate.
Watch her, Delilah, watch her.
So bases loaded, 2 outs. Haskey reached on the fielder's choice. Begay at the plate, the designated pitcher, the player rather, designated player. She singled and scored her first time up. She hit a pop foul out her second time up, so she's 1 for 2. If she finds a way on, Charlie is on deck, and then back up to the top of the order for Shelby Haskey. But Lovington wants to get this out and not allow any more runs. And it's going to be a ball. Nice job by Ruiz, making sure that didn't get behind her. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Nice, and that is now strike 2. Two and 2 is the count on Alex Begay. Big out. Big pitch, and that gets behind her, but the runners are going to stay. The runner at third stayed put. The runner at first took off, but the backstop, it bounced back from the backstop, and Reese was able to chase that down. So full count now on Begay. And it's high and outside, and walked her. So that's an RBI walk. Oh, and then they catch the runner off of third base. They catch the runner off. Are they saying that the ball was dead?
That's an out. She tagged her.
They caught the runner off base, and they're saying she got her foot on the bag, but caught her off base, and now the runners, there was a throw down to third, and it was a live ball according to the coaches. They're saying it's a live ball. There was no timeout. It was not a dead ball. The ball was in action. Play was going on. The runner was off the base. The throw went down to third. And it certainly appeared from here that she tagged the base, and that's all she has to do is tag the base. She doesn't actually have to tag the runner, but I think she did both. So there's probably that Lovington at least is saying, the coaches and the fans, they're saying that she's out. What? They're saying that she's safe. Well, there's a lot of after the umpires, and now Coach McCraw is going to appeal with the head ump, the home plate ump. It's a 3-ump crew, and they got their heads together. He's pointing out that the ball was thrown and that the runner was clearly off base, and there were plenty of people. And now Coach Vinson of Miyamura is also chiming in. McCraw said no, his appeal is denied. So Coach McCraw they're saying that the foot was put on the bag first, and that the runner then made it back to the bag. So, and in all of that, there's going to be a courtesy runner for the runner at second base as well. So that was an RBI walk, by the way, that walked a run in. Walked him, Day Chief in. So now it is 5-3 in favor of Miyamura. And an RBI walk loads the bases back up. So that is Long on third, and then Haskey apparently has a courtesy runner out there on second, and then Big Gay is on first with the walk, with the RBI walk. And that brings up number 8, Nevaeh Charlie, the catcher, batting in the 9th slot, up to the plate. 2 outs and bases loaded. And a swing and a miss on Charlie for strike 1. So 0-1 count, 2 outs, bases loaded. And that is going to miss. Low and outside for ball number 1. So 1-1 is the count. Oh boy. Some controversy over more than one call, and that hits the outside corner at the knees. Call strike 2. So now Lovington within 1 strike away from getting out of the disastrous at bat for them by Miyamura. Miyamura is very happy with the 2 runs they've scored, but Lovington needs to get this 3rd out, and there's a ground ball headed to Blackwell. She scoops it up, tosses it over to Ochoa. 4-3 in the books. Nicely done for the 3rd out. So 4-3 for out number 3. Charlie is thrown out, and that ends the at-bat for Miyamura. Not before they put 2 runs across, and they do that on only 1 hit. Wow. Errors? No, they do that on 2 hits. That was an RBI. That's true. There was an RBI walk, but there was also an RBI hit. So 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error, a mental error. Can't write that down, but there was an E3 on that. So 1 error and 3 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Lovington coming up to bat. They trail by 2. It is 5-3 your score, and we'll be back with more Lovington Lady Wildcats softball action.
Commitment runs deep. For 45 years, Double R Pipe and Supply has been working alongside you, providing long-lasting service and support for our oil industry and community. Double R is full-service pipe sales and rental with EMI and hydro testing and CNC threading, known to deliver when others couldn't. Double R Pipe and Supply is about integrity, dedication, and innovation. They are strong supporters of our youth, academics, and athletics. Double R Pipe and Supply says go, fight, win. Let's go, Wildcats.
All right, welcome back to Lady Wildcat State softball action. It is 1-2-3, top of the batting order. Leslie Corral starting things off. Reese on deck. Ellis, that's Zimri Ellis in the hole. And that's going to be a call strike on Corral. Looking to get something started. Lovington trailing by 2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And there's a hot grounder that is knocked down and safe. Leslie Corral, I thought it was going to get between first and second base, but Kano came over and knocked it down. I didn't think she would get to it. She did, and then she picked it up and was able to throw it, but not in time. So Corral beats it out. It's an infield single, and Lovington's in business with a base runner and nobody out. And that brings up the catcher, Delilah Reese. She had a fly out, a long hit ball caught in center field last time up. She had a single and scored her first time up. She's 1 for 2. Shows bunt, and it's going to be foul. Yep, it didn't make it out of the box, and so she popped it up, and it hit the ground in the box, so it is a foul ball for strike 1. 0-1 count. And she shows bunt, but pulls it back, and obviously meant to screen the catcher and delay a throw so that Corral could make it down to second, and she does.
What?
She leaves the bat down. What? Did she leave she left the base too soon? She left the base too soon. Okay. So Corral left the base too soon on trying to steal that, and so is called out. So 1 out. That takes the runner off of the base paths for Lovington, but it is still Delilah Ruiz at the plate, and it is a full count on her. And there's a pop headed for, well, between shortstop, almost a collision there between Shelby Haskey and Largo at second and third, or at short and third. But it was Largo who actually ended up getting the ball. So a pop out to position 5 for out number 2. And that brings up Zimri Ellis. 2-out rally time, as Lovington has scored all of their runs in this game after having 2 outs. And there's a changeup, floats in. Nez, that's probably the most obvious change of speed pitch that she has thrown. And Zimmery fouls that one over and actually hits Joanna Ochoa, who's over here on the deck circle. So 1-1 count on Zimmery Ellis. She had a ground out and a strikeout so far in this game. She's 0 for 2 and due. Fouls that one off for strike number 2. So 1-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Lovington trailing by 2, running out of time. They need this. There's a swing. She waited on it. Another change of speed pitch by Nez. And Ellis waited as long as she could, but still fouled it off down the third base line. Hanging tough, protecting the plate, but also looking to get something. Ellis has had how many? Ellis has hit 6 home runs out of the park this year. And a little bloop pop to the pitcher. So a little pop out to position 1 for out number 3. Ouch. So no runs on 1 hit. No errors. Nobody left on. So the score remains 5-3. Miyamura coming up to the plate, and we'll be back with more state softball action from St. Pius High School in Albuquerque.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
And welcome back to state softball action here. Lady Wildcats playing Miyamura. Lady Cats come in seated 5th in the state. Miyamura seated 12th. Miyamura with a 12-14 season record. They finished 5-5 in district. They finished 4th in their district, made the playoffs, seated 12th here. Lovington 14-12 on the season, 5-4 in district, finished 2nd in district for 4A. But all that goes out the window when it's a must-win game. Whoever wins this game moves on. First pitch to top of the order. It is a Shelby Haskey up to the plate. Shortstop. So top of the 6th, no outs. Nobody on. And that's going to be low for ball 2. All right, that That is Braylon Hernandez in the circle, starting pitcher for Lovington. Braylon has a 5.11 ERA for Lovington. And that's going to be a call, strike. Nice pitch as Hernandez brought some heat. 2-1 the count. Kano on deck, Largo in the hole for Miyamura. And that misses high. I thought that was ball 2. And she already had a 3-1 count on her. So Haskey works the walk and is on base. The other pitcher for Lovington is Desiree Quiroga. She has a 3.3 ERA in pitching for Lovington this season. And shows bunt, pulls the ball back. There is a throw down to second. Is the tag in time? Got her! All right, nicely done, Lovington. With Delilah Ruiz making a good throw despite the bunt screen. Despite the bunt screen, Reese throwing her out. So 2-6 in the books for out number 1. And now nobody on the base paths. So you can wipe with a walkout like it didn't happen. So number 7, Celeste Cano to the plate. Cano has hit 6 home runs this season, has a .414 batting average for Miyamura. Tough batter, a tough out. That runs high for a ball. 2-0 the count. Lovington trailing by 2 here. Winner of this game will stick around. I'm assuming they just have one softball field here in the complex, so I'm assuming that they stick around. They're going to play on this field afterwards. So whoever the winner is must move on. So call strike on Cano. Nope, that was not a call strike. I thought it was. So 2 walks, but the other walk was wiped out by the throw down to second, the pickoff play, pickoff throw. So now a runner on first, working the walk. No, just the 1 out, 1 out, 1 on. Number 22, Vanessa Largo to the plate. She had a foul pop out, lifts it up. That's going to drop in for a hit in shallow left field. The throw comes in to first base from Bailey Garcia in left field. A nice stop by Bailey. That was a hit. There was no error. It was just a single. And so now after the single, runners at first and second. So now number 21, Felicity Nez, the cleanup hitter, due up. Swings at the first pitch. She sees fouls off, out of play for strike 1. 1 out. Runners on first and second now after the walk and then the single. Nez hit a single, got thrown out, or her courtesy runner did at home plate. And that is going to miss high and outside. So Nez grounded out. She grounded out twice and then hit a single. She's 1 for 3 in this game. And that hits, no, it does not look like it was going to hit the outside corner, but 2-1 the count now. 1 out, 2 on. Lovington trailing by 2, needing to get it out sufficiently without giving up runs. A swing and a foul back for strike 2. 2-2 the count. That misses just outside for ball 3. So full count now on Nez. And Nez has hit 3 home runs this season, has a 7.23 ERA, and works the walk to load him up. And Coach McCraw is going to make a pitching change. So bases are loaded, 1 out, and Quiroga will come in. Hernandez goes out. Let's look. I believe she had 2 strikeouts. I believe so. She had 2 strikeouts. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks. 2 strikeouts, 5 walks. And it gave up 5 runs. So Quiroga will come in. Quiroga has a 3.53 ERA, earned run average. And as a batter, she's got a 463 on-base percentage. So Quiroga taking her warm-up pitches. I think that's, we'll see what else, if anything else changes. I think Hernandez is coming out, Quiroga comes in. I don't know that they're making any other fielding changes. I think everybody else stays put. As far as I can see, Blackwell's still out there on second. Yeah, I think everything else stays the same. So warm-up pitches are done. There's 1 out, bases loaded. That's the good news, is the force on any base makes a ground infield ball maybe double playable. We'll see. And number 16, Iris Daychief up to the plate, the first baseman. Daychief has a 416 batting average and has hit 5 home runs for Miyamura this season. So Daychief up to the plate with 1 out, bases loaded. Here we are, top of the 6th inning. Miyamura leading 5-3. Swing, yeah, she broke the plane, and it was a strike. Well, I could see that. I was waiting to see if the ump was going to see that and call that, and he did. All right, 0-1 count. Bases loaded, 1 out. Quiroga in the circle now for Lovington. Good pitch, right at the knees. Call, strike. Fastball, looked like it caught the outside corner. So 0-2 count. Quiroga in the circle. Presumably, I think Coach McCraw saving her for the second game, but Lovington has to win this first one to make it to the second game. So she does come in relief here in the top of the 6th inning. 1-2 count. Bases loaded. Lovington needs to get out of trouble here. And a call, strike on the inside corner. And she goes down looking. So Daychief, and that's a big strikeout for Quiroga. Daychief goes down looking. So now 2 outs. Bases loaded. And 15, Leah Long, the center fielder, up to the plate. She had an RBI single her last time up. Reached on an error and scored, and reached on an error and got put out. So she's 1 for 3. 2 outs, bases loaded. Lovington trying to get out of trouble here without giving any runs up. Ooh, nice pitch. Was it a ball? Okay, he called it a ball. I guess it was a little outside and low, but it was called a ball, and Leah Long with a 1-0 count now. Yeah. 1-0 count. And that hits the outside corner. A little change, just a little, Quiroga takes a little speed off of that, hits the outside corner for a call strike. 1-1. Swing and a foul off to the Miamura dugout for strike 2. Lovington 1 strike away from getting out of trouble here.
One more. Be ready, defense.
So 1-2 the count. 2 outs, bases loaded. Top of the 6th. That's going to be a little low for ball 2. Leah Long not chasing on that. Long has not taken any pitcher. Long has stood up there. This is the longest count that she's gotten. Oh, she leans on that, and the pitch, and she's safe at the plate. So what's no, and I thought it was a foul ball as well. I heard something. I thought it was a foul ball, but it was not, and it got away from the catcher, and it did score the runner from third on the wild pitch. So Leah Long with a 3-2 count, full count. Now bases are not loaded, and a swing and a foul back to the screen. Count remains full, 3-2, 2 outs. A runner did score, and that makes it 6-3 in favor of Miyamura. So batter is still Leah Long. A swing and a miss, got her. A strikeout. So strikeout number 2, out number 3 for Quiroga coming in relief. But there was one run that scored. All right, one run scored, and they did that on just one hit. There were no errors and 2 left on base. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Lovington coming up to the plate. They trail by 3. They need base runners. They're running out of time. They've got to catch up or go ahead if they can here. They have 2 more at-bats left as the home team. They get the last at-bat. We will be back with more Lovington action coming up.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
All right, welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcats State Softball action against Miyamura at St. Pius High School. And we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. There's a high fly ball headed out to deep right field. It goes over the head of Lane, gets behind her, but she does pick it up and make the throw in to second base. But Johanna Ochoa has a leadoff double for Lovington and puts them in business. That's the kind of offensive production that Lovington needs all at bat. They really need to stretch this at bat out and get as many runs in as they can. They're trailed by 3. So a nice, well-hit ball by Ochoa in deep right field. And now Zoe Blackwell stands up and a little anxious. She's in front of that one and fouls it off over to the Lovington dugout for strike 1. So no outs, a runner on second. Blackwell, who was the designated player, now playing second base, and a change-up floats up high for ball 1. Looked like it got hung up in Nez's hand just a little. So Blackwell holds off on it. Ooh, swing and a miss, as sometimes the change of speed pitch is not it's not necessarily and only to try to sucker somebody into swinging at it. It's to make the fastball that inevitably follows that much harder to hit. And that misses low. So 2-2 the count. Ooh, and waits on that one. Hits a hard grounder, a hopper, and hits the glove of Haskey, Shelby Haskey, and moves the run around to third. And Blackwell is on. That's an E6. She makes it on, and now runners at the corners for Lovington. No outs. So Ochoa on third, Blackwell on first. No outs. I think McCraw is putting in a runner for Blackwell, possibly. Is she? Is he? Talking to the ump about something. This is Braylon Hernandez to the bat. No, that's Blackwell out on first, so I don't know. Not sure what he was talking about. That looks like number 10, and that's Blackwell. So here we go. Braylon Hernandez up to the plate. She popped out and grounded out, or lined out. Popped out and lined out. She's 0 for 2 and due. Shows bunt. Really meant to just screen the catcher and move the runner, and then there was a throw down to third. And on the throw to third, Blackwell makes it to second. So now runners at first and second, and that was a ball. It was low. And now 2-0 the count. So 2-0, no outs. Runners at second and third for Lovington. They trailed by 3. They finally got their the electronic scoreboard going. Oh, and that's going to be a strike. Okay. So 1-2 the count now. 1-2 the count. No outs. Runners at the corners. Braylon Hernandez. I guess they moved her to designated player. They left her in the batting lineup, even though she came out from pitching. And now 2-2 count. So 2-2. Got protecting the plate mode. Hits it, catches a piece of it to stay alive. So 2-2. The count remains with runners at second and third. Braylon, let's see. Braylon is followed by Zoe Ellis and then Bailey Garcia. And that is a ball high. And that runs the count full. So full count, 3-2. Braylon Hernandez, 0 for 2 and due. Pop out, line out. Third plate appearance here. And she hits this one. It could be trouble. Going back to catch it, though, is the second baseman, Kano, and makes the grab. Difficult because it stayed up in the air for a while. The wind played with it. But, yeah, it's one of those almost. So a pop out to position 4 for out number 1. Runners stay put at second and third now. And number 15, Zoe Ellis up to the plate. First pitch is in high and away for ball 1. She struck out and had a fly out to right field her last time up. So this is her third plate appearance. She is 0 for 2 and due with runners to move in. That is going to miss outside. So 2-0 the count, 1 out. Runners at second and third. Lovington needs to move runners in. They need to play. They need 3 to tie and 4 to move ahead here in the bottom of the 6th. There's a call strike on the outside corner. So 2-1 count. Garcia is on deck at Hernandez. That's Nina Hernandez in the hole. If they keep with the lineup. There's a high fly pop out of play off to the right. So 2-2 count now. 2-2. 1 out. Bailey Garcia on deck. Nini Hernandez in the hole. And the ball coming back in. Ellis with the 2-2 count on her. High fly ball headed out to right field. Lane under it, makes the catch. The runner tags up and will score. And the throw comes in, picked up by the catcher. So it is a sac fly RBI for Zoe Ellis, a sac fly RBI, and one very important run in. Now Lovington needs 2 more, 2 outs now, but 1 run across. And that moved the other runner to third. Sac fly RBI to position 9 for out number 2. So a runner on third now, and the potential tying run is at the plate in the form of Bailey Garcia. And that's going to miss high. 2 outs. An 0-1 count on Garcia. Swing and a miss. As a little bit of a changeup thrown, Nez.
Thought about it.
That should be a 1. Yeah, it's a 1-2 count. And swing and a miss. Got her swinging. Strikeout. And that is, let's see, strikeout number 5, I believe. So Lovington puts 1 run across. They do that on 1 hit. No error. There was 1 error made, an E6 that put Blackwell on, and 1 left on base. So 1-1-1. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left on base. Lovington trailing 6-4. Top of the 7th inning. Lovington needs to hold them if they want to win this, and then they got to get back in the dugout in the bottom of the 7th and come up with at least a couple to tie it, 3 to win it. Lovington's been in this position before. We'll be back with more state softball action on the way.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Welcome back to Lady Wildcat State Softball action. Top of the 7th inning. Here we go. Top of the 7th. Come on. Score bug wigging out. Everything's getting hot here. I'm sheltering everything out of the sun. My table is in full sunshine, and nothing likes heat. So I've got everything but the board and the camera covered up. And it's helping some, but even my phone, holding my phone in full sun is making it kind of a little unreliable here, so I'm trying to hide it as much as I can. I hide it under the table when I can. All right, this is Peyton Haskey, left fielder, number 9, up. She reached on a fielder's choice and got stranded her last time up. She had an RBI single and got stranded and grounded out. So she has hit a little slow roller back to the circle. Quiroga comes out. It kind of rolls between the circle and first base. She's able to pick it up and toss it up to Ochoa for out number 1. So Haskey out position 1 to 3 in the book for out number 1. And that's going to bring up number 12, Alex Begay, the designated player, to the plate. So 1 out, nobody on. And Begay swings and misses on the first pitch by Quiroga. Keep in mind, Quiroga came in relief in the last at-bat against Miyamura. Most of their batters have not seen her. She struck out the last 2 to get Lovington out of trouble, and there's a call, strike on the outside corner. So this, even though this is the 4th plate appearance for Alex Begay, this is the first time she's seeing Quiroga, and she's got an 0-2 count on her. With 1 out, and it's going to be a ball. 1-2 the count. And Begay singled and scored, had a pop out and an RBI walk. And that's going to be a call, strike. So out number 2, strikeout number 3 for Quiroga, coming in relief in that last in the top of the 6th inning. So 2 outs now. Quiroga with a 3.53 ERA and a 463 on-base percentage for Lovington. Brought the heat on the outside corner, a fastball breaking on the outside for call strike 1. So 2 outs and nobody on. This is a good time for Lovington to try to get up, 3 down, get back into the dugout and get their bats swinging. They got some ground to make up. 2 outs, nobody on. And shows bunt, leaves the bat down. Yeah, if she leaves the bat down across the plate when the ball passes, it's supposed to be a strike. There's a high fly ball. Could be trouble. Coming over, Zoe Blackwell catches it on the run in foul territory behind first base. Nice play. Nicely done, and that's it. So a a fly out to position 4. 3 up, 3 down. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on. 3 up, 3 down for Lovington. Now it's bottom of the 7th, do or die time as Lovington trails 6-4. They have to come up with 2 runs to tie it, 3 to win it. And we'll be back with more Lady Cat softball action, state softball tournament, and this is from St. Pius.
For 75 years, the Gandy family has been providing outstanding, well-rounded, and diversified services in our oil field community, as well as our proud hometown communities in Lovington and Tatum. Gandy Corporation's family work environment for over 50 members inspires the best in all of us to rise to the top and do our personal best. The Gandy Corporation family is a strong supporter of Lee County's youth and the biggest fan of the Lovington Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats!
Welcome back to Lady Wildcats softball. I'm Dawn Morgan from State Tournament. We have a substitute batter, pinch hitter, Bethany Tavera is going to bat in place of Nini Hernandez in that 9th slot. It's 9-1-2 due up in this bottom of the 7th. Lovington must plate 2 to tie it, 3 to win it. And Tavera is going to be batting in place of Nini Hernandez, who had struck out twice in her 2 plate appearances. So Bethany Tavera up to the plate. And, oh, that's a call strike. And the catcher calls timeout as equipment is something going on, I think, with her shin pads or something. All right, so bottom of the 7th, no outs, an 0-1 count on Tavera, pinch hitting. And then after her, Corral, it'll be top of the order, Corral, Ruiz, and Ellis. And that's going to be a call strike on the outside corner. So 0-2 count. After a low fastball, it looked like it was below the knees, but that was a strike. So 0-2 count. There's a grounder over to second base, but picked up by Kano and tossed over to Daichi. 4-3 in the books for out number 1. Now that brings up Leslie Corral, top of the order. 17, Leslie Corral, the shortstop for Lovington. She grounded out, she had a fly out, and then she had an infield single and got thrown out. There's a hot grounder. Kano's got it, and she backhands it with her glove and makes the throw to Daichi. And Lovington faithful and Coach Martin over there looking at it, thinking that she beat out the throw, but she was called out. So Corral 4-3 on a ball that it looked like it was going to get by Kano and put Corral on. So now it's on the shoulders of number 2, Delilah Reese, the catcher. Lovington scored all of their, and a nice line drive shot on the first pitch she sees, goes out to left field, gets by the shortstop, Shelby Haskell, put her glove out but could not reach it in town. So 2 out rally time. I was just about to say that Lovington has scored all but one of their runs in this game with 2 outs. So they know that they can do it. Delilah Ruiz on with a single. Now Zimri Ellis up to the plate, and that's going to miss as Nez has had some success throwing the changeup to Zimri Ellis and tries to get her to swing at that one. No dice. And there is a ground ball that goes to Shelby Haskey, is flubbed, and then the throw is flubbed. And so Zimri Ellis is going to reach on an E. And Ellis is showing, or actually that is Ruiz, who is saying that her knee not feeling good. So they're going to take a look at that. Rose Martin over there. And Ruiz, a lot of times the pitcher and the catcher will have a courtesy runner for them when they get on base. And she was doing her own running and indicating that her knee is not feeling good. And I think they're going to bring her off and put a courtesy runner in for her now. Let's hope that that's not something that's going to be a problem. But if Lovington can put 2 across to tie it, this game will continue. If they put 3 across, they win it.
Let's keep fighting. Let's keep fighting.
So Zimri is on first, reaching on the E6. So runners at first and second, and Johanna Ochoa, who doubled and scored her last time up, is at the plate. 2 outs. And there's a hard hit ball out to right field. It will hit the fence, goes behind Lane. It's a score 1. It's going to score 2, and Lovington has tied it up. They need 1 more run to win it. They have tied it up. Johanna Ochoa stood up and hit the first pitch she saw, and it was a well-hit long ball to right field. And she has a 2 RBI triple. She came in on the throw, really should probably be called a 2 RBI double, but she moved over and stands on third base. So Lovington wants to keep the line moving. They've tied it up 6-all. 2 outs, a runner on third, and number 10, Zoe Blackwell, to the plate. And what are they doing? Oh, they're going to intentionally walk her. They intentionally walk Zoe Blackwell. Zoe, did they, or was there a pitch that? No, I think the coach, they walked her. They walked her on purpose. So they were afraid of her bat. They know what happened. Zoe Blackwell had the grand slam home run with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning when Lovington played Goddard, and Lovington came from behind to win that on the strength of her bat. And she had a 2 RBI double and an RBI double in this game already. So Blackwell was 2 for 3. And there's a throw down to third, and it is going to score as, yes, the catcher was messing around. That's it. That's game over. The throw down to third caught, and now the umpires are going to talk about it. There was a throw, and now Lovington was in this position before on the opposite side, and the call did not go their way when they appealed it. Now the Miyamura is saying that if the batter was in the box, then the throw down is not, then the ball was dead. So so what are they going to say? They're saying she's safe. That's right, she's safe, and that should be the ball game. That's it. That's the 7th run, and that puts Lovington winning the game. Yes, that's it. Yes, that throw and the pass ball down to third, and that was it. As Johanna Ochoa came in. On the E2, and that puts the winning run across the plate. And Miyamura's coach Vincent is not happy about that. He's given the umpires fits, but the umpires talked about it and said that it was a live ball. The ball was still in play. It was a live ball. They had not moved on to the next batter, and that's that. So Lovington, in the bottom of the 7th inning, with 2 outs, they managed to get the run across the plate. So they came into that 6-4, came into their at-bat 6-4, needing 2 to tie it, 3 to win it. They got 2 to tie it. They intentionally walked Zoe Blackwell and put her on first. And then there was a throw down to third. And that throw was dropped. Bad throw, not caught. And the runner came in from third. Johanna Ochoa crossing the plate, scoring the winning run for Lovington. They win this one 7-6 squeaked by Miyamura, who just inched but did what they had to win the game and to earn the right to move on. They will play coming up here in about 30 minutes or so. There will be a break between this one and the second game, and it looks like they will play St. Pius in what becomes the first round of the double elimination part of the state tournament. So Lovington, by beating Miyamura, now is assured of a trip back up here to Albuquerque next week. Win or lose this game, they still get to play next week. That game will be Thursday, but they want to try to beat St. Pius here. If they do, they'll be moving to Albuquerque to the state tournament in the winner's bracket. If they lose this next game, they still make it up here, but they would be in the consolation or loser's bracket, and one more loss would put them out of the tournament. So they're motivated to take this win and try to beat St. Pius, and St. Pius is going to be a tough one to beat. We'll be talking about that more here. We'll take a break. We will take a break and come back, wrap this one up, and then take a break between the games. So 7-6 with 2 outs. Lovington beats Miyamura. A comeback walk-off win here at St. Pius High School in Albuquerque. More on the way.
Did you know LECO offers fiber internet to your home and business? LECO is the only local fiber internet company. This means a personal touch for local customers. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954. LECO, the only local fiber internet company. Call 370-5010. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. Call 370-5010. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services, 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902.
Lovington Municipal Schools
Services.
welcomes everyone back.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
Welcome back to Lovington Lady Wildcat softball, recapping this game that just happened as Lovington won 7-6. Miyamura had 6 runs on 8 hits. They committed 3 errors. They left 9 on base. Lovington had 7 runs on 6 hits. They commit 5 errors. They left 4 on base. And the starting pitcher for Lovington was Braylon Hernandez, and Quiroga came in, and so Quiroga got the win as Lovington was behind when Quiroga took over for Hernandez in the top of the 6th inning. So Lovington, 7-6, picked up the win, and they move on, and they will play St. Pius coming up here in probably just about 20 to 30 minutes here in this one. So we'll be back, and we will have the action for you coming up as soon as they start the game. We will see. I'm going to go chase lineups and see what's going on in this second game as they quickly get the field back into playing conditions. The wind has picked up here just a little bit. The sun is unrelenting, very sunny and hot here and breezy, and we'll be back for the second game. Again, Lovington moving on by the skin of their teeth. They win 7-6 over Miyamura here in the state softball action going on at St. Pius High School in Albuquerque.